Hi everyone, Tessa Lamping here. I wanted to do a video recap of my Friday. Now, I didn't actually get executed, so this isn't a video of my trading recap because I missed all my executions, and it wasn't my intention to necessarily trade because I was in Tim Sykes' Market Mastery 2021 all-day live webinar, and usually when I'm in those, I can't focus on my trading and I end up losing. I don't follow alerts, so do not ever follow anyone's alerts. Think for yourself, be your own trader. But what I wanted to do was a video on first green days from recent runners. And what I was going to try and do is walk through like step by step, but I don't know, after the day's already gone through, it's not as easy to walk back because, or maybe I'm just not used to this charting, but like this is the morning panic on ENZC, that which is also right here, but I was going to do it so where you can see the big panic, but it just doesn't look the same from, yeah, it just doesn't look the same, so I'll still have this pulled. Well, I'll just go on stocks to trade. So what I want to talk about is all the opportunities that I was actually able to recognize for the first green day setups. Now, I haven't traded first green days in forever. Pardon me, I always yawn during videos. But this was too perfect of a learning experience, and I have to talk about it so that way I can reference it in the future. So because I'm learning. I have MMEDF up twice, and so I just figured, well, that one's not a first green day, but this one, I'll start with this one. I quickly called the morning panic on this one. I alerted it in chat because over here on my left side, I saw that it was the biggest percent loser at the time, and I just quickly saw the chart. I thought these were bigger candles for a better panic, and then I just let the challenge chat know that this was a panic. And then when I scrolled in and I was looking at it, it had already turned green and bounced, and so I missed my dip buy opportunity there, but then I could have done the higher low right there, or I could have done it when it double bottomed right here, because it ended up gradually going all the way back up to $3. So that would have been a nice gain, but like I said, I was in the market mastery, so my intention wasn't for trading. It was actually just to learn. So let's get into this. What's a first green day? Well, as you can see, here's the 7-step framework. I'll leave a link to Tim Sykes' 7-step framework in the the thing below. And so make sure you click the link and learn the 7-step framework, as it's crucial to everyone's education. But there's a lot of red days right here, and this is simply just the first green day, and it has some volume. Pretty simple, so it sounds. Trading is not easy, big disclaimer. 90+% of people lose. This is not trading or investment advice. This is simply for my own educational purposes only. Do not follow alerts. I'm not even in this trade right now. I didn't even trade these stocks, so it's just clearly just educational and observational purposes only. So I want to go on the first. I'll go to the 15-day, 15-minute, because it's good to look at former resistance. Now, as you see, I already have my purple lines because there's some resistance right there, potential resistance right here, and then a potential resistance right here. After this, I would say that there could be resistance maybe right here at this level in the 40s, maybe even up here in the 47s. I mean, it's just maybe even right here around 43. So it's just where like this thing has hit like 3 times right there, so that's a resistance, plus it's right there, and then it's also right over here. So that's my idea of resistance, and it could be support if it broke above this and then held above. So quick technical analysis right there. And so I like these lines because I can see them. Now, to get into it, oh, also you can have the chart set to 15 minutes so you can see a trend. That might help with FOMO for some traders, or patience. But my favorite pattern is this morning panic pattern, and it panicked about 10% or so. I had an order put in, but I never actually clicked the buy button, so like I said, I didn't mind missing a few opportunities because I was in the mindset of learning, not trading, so I missed this panic. The next opportunity was this higher low. That can work occasionally, so that I recognized but didn't trade. The next opportunity was this red to green move. I didn't want to, I'm so cautious about red to green moves because the stock is up so much, but one trade I did actually try and I did submit was this higher low. The stock was in a clear trend, it was going up, and I did actually try and buy in here, but I did not get executed, which no big deal. Now, another thing that I saw is I missed my opportunity right here, but okay, boohoo. The stock ramped up quite a bit, and so there's resistance right here, and it had a little bit of a dip, and so I thought about buying right here, but didn't take the opportunity. I didn't take the opportunity, and if you don't believe me, I could care less. Like I said, this video is for my education and reference in the future. If you want to complain about it, I don't care. So there's a morning panic, a higher low, gradual uptrend. You got red to green, which is this line, and it's red to green because below this line is the previous close, or this yellow line is the previous close, so below it is red, above it is green. And then, so you have the higher low right here, pretty clear uptrend. The overall markets were going down and then bouncing, so I was just, we were all watching this in the market mastery, and then Jack Kellogg was in this throughout, and he actually got where I wanted at the panic, but it was great watching Jack Kellogg's commentary and just seeing his patience, how he goes through this, his ads, his sells, and I was actually really able to follow along, and I was actually able to recognize the patterns myself because I wasn't paying too much attention to the chat. I was actually watching and learning and forming my own thesis from this, then going back and reading the commentary. Again, if you don't believe me, I don't care. So that's how this was going. Morning panic, higher low, red to green, higher low right here, and then it ramped up, and then you could dip by this for a quick single right there. The next opportunity I didn't see until right over here, because from about 11:20 to 12:20-ish, I like about at least an hour of consolidation for me to feel more comfortable getting in again. So it was staying up near its highs. It had a pullback for clear. I think I did try buying it right here. I think so. That's, yeah, because, no, sorry. I don't know. I'd have to look on my E-Trade because I tried buying it a couple times, and then there's other times where I typed my order in and then just never clicked sell or clicked buy, because that, like I said, it wasn't my intention. So when this had a pullback and held this support, or this now became support, that was an opportune chance to buy as well. But I do like the consolidation, and so it was consolidating near its highs, and then you got this surge of volume right here, and that was a good breakout to buy. And then hold that with some patience, sell into strength maybe, add on dips, I don't know. Also, what there also was for a first green day is dip buying into the close. So you could have dip bought there and held overnight. Now, I thought about this, but Tim was really warning about the SEC halting a lot of stocks. So I wanted to, but it doesn't hurt to be safe. And like I told myself, it wasn't the day to trade. It was about education. And so being able to recognize this and kind of watch this all day, it felt really good to just recognize it. Also, I liked how it was gradually going up. Yes, it had these pullbacks, but that's great. That's awesome because it still made the higher lows, and it was just gradually up trending all day. Uptrending is key. Next is OZSC, which it also had a first green day volume after this. And usually you want some news, which it did have, but not necessarily for itself. This was about the only thing that actually had news for itself. Yeah. Which I'll get into. Not the news, because I never actually read the news for VPER. I was just looking at the chart and learning for that one. So OZSC was kind of moving with ENZC, and that was really awesome. But so it had a first green day, volume there. Go to the 15-day, 15-minute, and you can see here there's some resistance right there around 12. There's some more resistance that I found or thought was important right around 13. Then the next key resistance I thought was around the 17s. After that, I would say maybe right up here into the 19s would be the next lines that I would make. Anyways, here's the 15-minute chart, which if you go this 15 minutes, very similar. Also, what I like to do is put it back a little bit to get an idea of what's going on. So gradual uptrend, gradual uptrend. So let's go to the 1 minute. Again, this stock was nice too. I also missed this morning panic. Like I said, I wasn't planning on trading. And then you could have done the higher low, but I didn't feel comfortable with it. Also the red to green, but I didn't feel comfortable with that. And so for me, the only trade that I saw really was the morning panic and sell into the bounce. Then I didn't see really any trade. So this one was really tough because, yes, ideally you'd buy into this volume right in here when it broke above this, but I didn't really like it because you had this to buy over too. And so I just watched this as well to see how this performed. But this moved similarly to ENZC. And so that's, I mean, they're both good stocks to be in. But like I said, I wanted to learn from this and see if I could recognize this. Now, yes, hindsight is 20/20, but I recognized this in the moment. And the only thing that I decided not to do was I didn't chase. So I missed. Say I tried putting an order, I didn't put an order in for right here, but say I missed it. I don't chase up here. If I miss it, oh well, there's more opportunities. So one thing I did recognize was, so it went up, spiked up here, and then it panicked pretty good. I mean, not necessarily right here, but I would maybe right there if it was over here. But I like this ramp up and then pull back, because you could dip by it right here for a spike to retest these highs. And I think Tim actually did that. I think right here is where he bought and then sold there. Then he went and saw the former resistance and recognized that resistance was right there. And so he quickly sold for a single. But what I liked, so I saw the morning panic and I liked that. This I wasn't so convinced about, because I liked it right here. Well, I guess I did like it right there too, but I wasn't planning on trading that. What I liked was this consolidation and the volume spike right here. I did think about buying that for the breakout to break out above these, because the more it tests this higher level, like the breakout level, and holds around there and keeps trying, it should eventually do that. It's no guarantee, but I like the odds of it retesting it a lot better than not retesting it. So as the day goes out, I like to scroll out a little bit so I can see the trend. And right here would have been great because it held right here. So that would have been a good entry. Or like I said, buying that breakout and holding through this or selling into strength. Always lock in profits if you can. That's wonderful. Also, the next buy would be right here, the dip into the close. So right here, 37, that break, Kyle Williams got in, I believe, risking 36. So I think right around in here. Either like the 34 or 36 area he was risking, and he got in at 37. And so he's holding this over the weekend. Jack said this was too overextended and that this was too overextended for him to hold over the weekend. But this first green day, Jack and Mariana are holding over the weekend, last I know. Now for this one, that's the news. It was just a morning spike, or it gradually spiked and then held this consolidation all day. And then Jack bought in on the volume surge right here, anticipating, because it broke out of this consolidation with volume. And then he held on, figuring it would retest this, maybe close strong. I don't know if he sold right there, but he held into the close, so him and Mariana are in this over the weekend. And hopefully, the idea about holding first green days overnight is that closing strong with ideally news catalysts and a whole bunch of stuff. Make sure to watch Tim's Trader Checklist, which I'll leave a link to that below as well with the 7-step framework. Because ideally, the first green days lead to a gap up. And so TSNPD, they're also holding over the weekend, if I remember correctly. So you have first green day. You could go to the 15-day, 15-minute, doesn't hurt. See where the resistance is. Now with this one, it's kind of tough because they had a reverse split. So the resistance that I found was, resistance was around 346. The next one I would say 382 because the chart's all messed up because of the reverse split. So this one isn't as nice of a gradual uptrend as this and this. Go to the 1 minute. So this was a beautiful panic here too. I didn't even watch this, so of course I missed it if I didn't even watch it, but I did see it in here, and this spike, which I felt guilty for not watching closer. So I missed out on all that. Now this one, Jack bought right here at the little higher low. He added, thinking it was going to go along with OZSC right over here with the higher low and ENZC with the higher low. But unfortunately, TSNPD just kept going down, so he cut it somewhere in here. I don't quite remember. But it did end up bottoming out and coming back, and I believe right in here is when Jack bought it, when it broke out above this a little over an hour of consolidation and closed strong. So him and Mariana are holding that over the weekend, and it's just awesome to recognize, be in the right mindset, recognize this stuff and understand it without necessarily the help. But it was nice seeing Jack's commentary because I am so out of practice with the first green days that it was just nice having that reassurance and the education. So I wanted to make this video as a reminder so I could come back, and if I'm ever wondering what to do with a first green day on a recent runner, see, it's a runner, which I actually need to put more at 675 for a breakout. Perfect. Great. So that way, if the stock gets up here, I can buy the breakout. But yeah, so it's a recent runner. It's a first green day. It held this level, but if it had this green day, gapped up. This green day gapped down. So, but then it had the breakout right there, and the breakout right there. So it has a better history of going up the second day than not. But I just wanted the reference for when to see the first green day, what to do on the first green day, which first green days by the morning panic, the typical morning panic dip buy, which had the volume, and then I would sell into strength just to lock in profits because I have a small account. This one, there's no dip, but seeing the consolidation and that high a day break, that's wonderful to recognize and take note of. OZSC, morning panic, higher low, consolidation breakout, confirmation of the consolidation right there, or even the higher low right there. This consolidation and breakout, uptrending stock, dip into the close with a strong close. Okay. Or quick uptrend, dip buy, quick sell. So, oh, an ABCD pattern, because this is my notes that I had all set up for my Profitly. So Friday was Tim's all-day live webinar, so I mentally prepared myself not to trade. This was decided because I usually have bigger losses on these days. For some reason, it's hard for me to focus on trading while listening. I miss beautiful morning panics, then I miss my entries because bidders would hop in front of my orders and I didn't chase. Here's a video I really wanted to make to help remind myself and teach myself how to trade first green days on recent runners. Here are the possibilities I recognize. Dip buying a morning panic, red to green. I'm going to go over the ABCD, buying the breakouts of consolidation, quick dip buy when the stock spikes too high, too quick. Dip into the close, first green day closing strong overnight, hold ideally with a catalyst. So, this was the consolidation, the breakout of the consolidation. This was the dip into the close. This is the quick spike up and panic, dip buy and sell quickly as it tries to retest these highs, but usually doesn't get back there from what I've recognized. So it's a good little quick scalp single. The morning panic. Also, I get emails, and I read this email and I was recognizing the ABCD pattern. Now, the ABCD pattern from this email that I read with the examples on it was different than, say, the ABCD pattern that I was learning about from Nate and from Investors Live that you can find on YouTube. So I'm not going to go into, and I'll kind of show you Investors Live. I don't have an example of it here, but Investors Live, they say like A is the first spike, B is when it comes down, C is in the middle right here, and then D would be the ramp. So you kind of have it here, but I don't like that example as well or as much as I do the one I received an email from in Tim's emails. They go out like every day or every week or something like that. I get so many that I've read most of the emails. Just I know the information pretty well now that I'll scan through them. Anyways, A is this pullback, B is this spike, C is where it's kind of in the middle, so you have a higher low, it's higher than this, lower than this, so it's in the middle, and then D is where, so you would buy around C, risking off of A, and then sell into D, which could have been right here as it broke above this or retested the B, or D could be in here when it ramped up there. So A, B, C, D, or D. I mean, it just depends. You could also see that here. So you got A right here, B up here, C in the middle, which is where I tried to buy. Then you could sell it into D, which is into this, or D into this. And it depends on account size too. So the way I'm thinking with my small account, I like dip buy this morning, panic, sell into strength. Then maybe dip buy right here and then sell into strength. Yes, I could hold it all day, but I'd rather lock in profits with my small account. And even if I do waste my buying power, or if you're under PDT, the day trades, I'd rather lock in profits and slowly grow my account, because morning panics, I just like to lock in profits. But when it confirms this higher low and that it's gradually uptrending, why not buy, load up right here, sell a little bit right here, sell more up here. If it holds this higher low, add more add more shares on right here, sell into this a little bit, then sell into here, maybe hold a little position overnight. So it depends on the size of the account, but I really like that A, B, C, D. That's really simple for me to understand. Also, the consolidation and then the breakout of consolidation after about at least an hour of consolidation, and focusing on these uptrends. I mean, it's just beautiful. For this, the consolidation right here and buying into that. Oh, sorry, I was listening. I thought I recognized something, but nope. Anyways, I'm really proud of myself for recognizing all of these opportunities right here, on a simple first green day. So again, here's the chart. The green day right there. Green day right here. And now I have this reference video for in the future if I ever question first green days and what to do again. For all of you else who are watching, thanks for watching, and I hope this helps you too. Have a safe and study-filled weekend, everyone, and watch out for halts.